Hello, welcome to Richard Toy Princess. I'm Allison Troy. Today we're going to be looking at the Spectrum Noir Fan Art Like a Pro DC Comics Art Kits. Over the last year, I've really wanted to get into alcohol markers, and I've been saving up to buy the full set of Woohoo markers. Now, if you've been watching the channel, you do know that I use some alcohol markers sometimes, and I've even done a page or two all in marker. But these are pretty cheap, inexpensive alcohol markers that I've been picking up to practice using alcohol markers. About 6 months ago, Amazon recommended to me a Spectrum Noir Fan Art Like a Pro Harley Quinn art kit. It was on sale for $12 and was a curated set of Spectrum Noir markers with a specific art project. As someone who has loved comic books for most of my life, going all the way back to when my dad would bring them home, from his graveyard shift at 7-Eleven when he was working his way through college, I was intrigued. I'd also just bought a DC Comics adult coloring book, so the recommendation made sense. While researching the art kit, I discovered there were other sets: Superman, Joker, Batman, The Flash, and Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is my favorite superhero. These kits were really appealing to me as they're promoted as teaching me comic book coloring techniques. While most coloring in comic books is now done via digital programs, any digital skills are only going to be improved if you actually know the physical means of reproducing an effect or how to create that technique in analog form. For me, it seemed like these would be a fun way to pick up some alcohol marker tips and skills. So when I do finally get my fancy Woohoo marker set, I have some of the basics figured out. Amazon had the Joker, Batman, and Harley Quinn for less than $15 each. The Wonder Woman set and the Superman kit were like $30 on Amazon, which felt like a bit much for a curated set of markers that would only give me the ability to do the character in the set. So I went ahead and priced out the Spectrum Noir sets and found that for what these kits were, less than $15 wasn't a bad price per kit. Then I found the Wonder Woman and Superman on eBay for roughly 20 bucks each once I factored in the shipping. The Flash set, however, wasn't available anywhere online within the continental United States. I found it in several UK-based stores online, but with shipping and tariffs it was like $35 to $40, which seemed like a bit much. Also, after looking into the set, the Flash set didn't really have any colors that weren't represented in the Wonder Woman or Superman set. So I decided I didn't need the Flash set, especially not for $35 to $40. It's a little bit too pricey, in my opinion. So I went ahead and bought the three reduced price sets from Amazon and then picked up the Wonder Woman and Superman set on eBay. And here we are. So I'm going to try each of these kits out, doing the projects included, and then I'm going to try the sets in some of my DC Comic adult coloring books to see if I can translate the activities in these kits to actual adult coloring. Each set does have a QR code that allows you to pull up some online tutorials, so I'm going to try those out and see how it goes. And we're back. All right, so let's kind of look through these. So each of these sets came with this glossy brochure in it. It gives a few hints and tips, but these are not really very practical in my opinion. Like they tell you the basics, of course, but if you're actually completely unaware of how alcohol markers work, this brochure is not really a lot of help. It can point you in the direction, so you sort of have the verbiage to look up and see how to do the technique, but these brochures themselves are not particularly helpful. Now, on the back of these brochures, there is a QR code, as well as links to other places where you can go, and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Their links are there. So that you can go and watch the tutorials. I went and watched the tutorials. I didn't find them overly helpful. It could just be my learning style. Your mileage may vary. So on each of these, I was pretty happy with how they came out. I do feel like as I progressed through them, I was able to get some pretty good effects and start getting a sense for how to create the shading and how to blend them. These are printed on really nice, thick cardstock, and that helped a lot. So as somebody who doesn't do a lot of blending with alcohol markers, I felt like the paper that they printed these on were really good. By the time I got to Wonder Woman, I really felt like I had kind of figured it out a little. My overall thought is you probably really don't need to buy these. I mean, we don't really need any of this stuff that we buy. But they aren't bad kits. I do think if you get them on sale, it's probably okay. You could probably just as easily buy a set of alcohol markers and then watch YouTube tutorials. There are some really good tutorials, not by me, because I'm still learning, but there are some good tutorials on YouTube that fit most learning styles, so you could go that route. I will say for me, having the kits, the one thing that I did enjoy was it gave me a focused project and something to work toward. So in that capacity, it was good for my learning style as far as once I gave up on watching the videos that Spectrum Noir has up for these and just sort of tried to replicate the effects as shown in the brochure and on the boxes of these. I will say I'm really impressed with the heavy cardstock paper. I do like that each of these came with a lot of pages in them. And it's a really thick cardstock, so not only will the alcohol markers work on them, but I do feel like with my Prismacolor, my watercolor pencils that I've been working with, some of the other supplies I use like acrylic paint pens, and my Caran d'Ache Neo Color 2, I feel like I could do some really fun things with these pages. Now let's try coloring in some of my DC Comics adult coloring books to see how they work in actual coloring books that you would buy, because for most people watching this, that's going to be just as important whether or not you can use these in a coloring book and get the maximum alcohol marker effects with them. So final thoughts. Overall, I was pretty happy with these markers, especially on the provided pages. The cardstock that these came on were perfect. I'm also really happy because with all the extra pages, I have a lot of coloring pages to work with in the future that's on this really nice paper that I can do some really cool techniques with. Or try to, anyway, as I learn more about alcohol markers and mixed media. As far as using them in the actual adult coloring books, that was a little bit of a mixed bag. It did bleed through, so you're definitely going to want to make sure if you're using these markers in an adult coloring book, you're going to want to make sure that you don't want to color the page on the back side, and you're definitely going to want to put something thick as a backing paper behind it so that it does not leak through. I did find it a little bit more difficult to use the blending with these markers on the coloring book paper. So as far as blending, it's not going to be as successful with these particular alcohol markers in the average adult coloring book. It did really work well once I gave up trying to blend as much. So for instance, the Harley Quinn and Joker page looked pretty good. So for instance, I was really happy with the Harley Quinn and Superman page, and that was the last one I did. I was less happy with the Superman Wonder Woman page. That was where I started. So it was a little bit too of trying to figure out how to work with them on the paper that these are printed on. So Batman and the Joker was a better experience. So final thoughts, you don't need these kits. If you think these kits might be fun, pick them up if you can get them at a good price. But otherwise, you're probably fine without them and trying a different type of alcohol marker. And that's kind of it. I will be using these in more videos because I bought them. I need to use them. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like. If you would like to see more videos like this, you should subscribe. Thanks for watching. I will see you again in the next one.